Good afternoon. I've just watched my previous video and I thought it's a bit, I think I'll show you a bit of carving, a bit of printing, because otherwise you're only getting half the story really. So bear with me. This is a strange angle, but I have to put it like this to get my phone to film in the right way. So hold tight, close your eyes. I'm just going to move the camera up and so you can see what I'm up to. So bear with me. I'll tell you when it's all settled. Right, hopefully stay. Oh, I must get a decent mount for my camera. It's ridiculous. Okay, hold tight. Sorry, I'm wobbling. Right, is it going to stay? No, hold tight. Sorry. Just a balancing act. Right, okay, we're in. Right, okay. I did carve the little fish that I showed you a picture of. And it didn't take that long actually, so I thought I'd do a little bit of live carving. I'm not the best, okay, so just bear with me. So I'm going to carve this fella. So I'll show you how to transfer it onto the linoleum. Why can't I say that word? The lino. And then we'll do a bit of carving. If it goes on too long, I'll stop and show you printing this one, but let's give it a go, shall we? So yeah, so that's that little fella. That's how I've gone in and refined it a bit more after doing a print, because that's how it printed. I'd obviously forgotten his eyeball and you could hardly see the wavy bits, so I've gone a little bit deeper, a little bit wider, and popped his eye in. So as I say, if this carving goes on too long, we'll change over and we will print that other fish. So just make sure I'm in frame. I've got you lower because otherwise my big head will be in the screen all the time. So on the back here, I've put some carbon. Where's my stick? Where you gone? Oh, here we go. Oh. Sorry, bear with. Oh, there it is. Didn't look like it. Right, I'm just going to go back over it again actually, because yeah, so right, there's my picture. You can do this on tracing paper. You don't have to do it on white paper, but you know, if you haven't got any tracing paper, you can do this. So with this, I can just see the outline here, so I know I'm getting the right spot. If you haven't got one of these, just use I think that's that one. Is that a 5? Yeah, 5B. Just something soft, a nice soft pencil. Just scribble over the back. You're just transferring the carbon, and all I want is the outline of the fish, because the rest of it I'll just freehand. So pop your lino down. It doesn't matter which side, I'm pretty sure anyway. I'm just going to kind of centralise him about there. Let me just grab a bit of washi, because stretch. Guaranteed I'll end up moving it and that'll annoy me. So let me just yeah, he's about right there. Okay. I hope you found the last video useful. So I'm not the world's expert on this, but right, okay, so I just need to transfer the outline of my fish, which I'm going to do. Pressing sort of medium hard. Excuse me. I just want to get in the main bits. And like I say, this is, you know, kind of your outline really, that, you know, you can always go back in and refine it. I don't know if you're picking that up. You can just see the stuff has transferred. Me and words, honestly, I get worse. I'm sure I do. Oh, exciting! I found the tray that comes with the kit. So happy days. Got the full kit going on now. So this is how I attack it. It might not be right. I don't know. Okay, always cut away from yourself. I didn't listen to my own advice. I did stab myself earlier, which bled like mad. So Right, that one's too wide. Let me just swap it back for the, I've got a sort of a medium cup one here. That's going to show up. That there. So, I'm sorry if the camera keeps going in and out of focus. I've got it, you're only about 10 inches off my table. So, but as I say, I didn't want to get my head in the screen all the time, which I probably would have done. Right, so I'm going to start like I did with this one. I'm just going to sort of have a look at this actually, because I did quite a wide outline on this one, and but that am I happy with that? Yeah, I think I am actually. That was this tool, so I think if I do the same again, because my intention is to fill these gaps in basically with either stitching or like Louise Nichols does with a bit of felt or something, or fabric or whatever. Okay, yeah, so they're very much test prints. Right, so this is how this is how I do it. Let me get in screen, that does help. You don't need to dig far, you just need to push down, and I'm just hopefully going on the outside line. Take your time, keep your tool in, move your lino. It's very therapeutic, this, by the way. There are different types of lino, so find one that you like. Some are harder than others. Oh, see that, there's breaking my own rules. Okay. It's not going to come off. Thank you. Oh, smudged all my lines, never mind. Yeah, you have to watch it because the graphite does move quite easily. Try not to dig too deep. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm pushing too hard, I expect. So it's just a case of gently easing it along. Take your time. And like I said in my first video, just accept that actually your first one's not going to be a masterpiece, and you can go a bit easy on yourself basically. Try and orientate your pattern so that you are cutting away from yourself, because you will know it if you jug yourself with this. It's a good job I'm doing waves in the background, because I have just marked that by accidentally slipping there. These tools, although they don't look sharp, they are incredibly sharp, so you do have to take care. I keep it sort of laid flat. Oh, not even screen, I'm so sorry. I keep it laid flat, the tool itself, and then just sort of slide it. Again, I'm not sure if that's the correct method, but it's what works for me, so. That's where that corner thing would come in handy. That would hold it there. You could hold your piece of work there. But I have looked for that. I found the tray, like I say, but I couldn't find that holder thing. So I don't know where that's gone. In the myriad disaster area of my craft room, I've no doubt. Right. Okay, so that's the basic outline. It is very basic, but that's fine. I'm no artist. I have said this before. Right, where's my picture? So let's get him in frame. So initially I had blacked this all out because I'm trying to think which way around I wanted to do this. I think I might carve this all out so that I can add colour here, leave that black, so not carved at all, and then carve all that out so that I can add colour, maybe put a line in there. So if I make a break there, you see in this, yeah, just So if I make a break there, I won't push too hard so it'll transfer. Yeah, I could actually do that. So then I can colour in here with felt or stitch, felt or stitch. Ah, actually no. Let me just move that out of the way so it's going to transfer. I'm going to make that black. Yeah, so no carving. So carve all this out. No carving here. Carve all this out. And that way I can add colour here, and what do I want to do? No, I don't want to cut. Yeah, I'll colour. I won't carve that bit. Right. So the black stays, the white goes. Let me just pop that there. So white goes. Okay. Let me get that line around that eye. And put you back in there. You can draw straight on your lino, by the way, if you're any good at drawing. I am not, as we have discussed. Right, that should be about the right size. Yeah, so the black, the stripe in the middle needs to stay. So let's just slowly move that along here. After a while, you become really dexterous with this, and you know, you can work a little bit faster. I prefer to just take my time. Okay, so on this edge here, I want to leave a very slight line mark. I don't want to carve it all out because I think that will add to the finished print. But I do want to remove this bit. I don't want this in there. Again, it's going deep. Come out. Thank you. Okay. Right, so I'm going to have a nice line there. Well, we'll print it and we'll have a look and see what it looks like. If I need to take that line out, I will do. This line here, if I need to remove it, I will. Sorry, let me get closer and then I won't keep pulling it out of your sight. So again, I want to cut all this out. I was going to do these little hatch marks, but I'm thinking I can then, you know, really change the colour of the fish up to whatever I want. So again, ideally, I think I need to leave. I'm going to draw it in so I don't forget. It doesn't need to be much. I mean, you know, just 1 millimetre, but it makes all the difference. Let me just let's see if we can do this without messing it up. Right, if you take your time, it's really easy to move the tool in a nice fashion. Might need a little wiggle every now and again. Right. Doesn't need to be perfectly flat. So if you can just see. Okay. I think this little line, this little thin line here might be important. Yeah, I'll say it's been a while since I've done this, so I can't honestly remember. So while I'm here, I'm just going to carve the eye, an eye cheek, and I just turn the mat. Don't push hard, it doesn't need to be terribly deep, but I do want it to be a circle. Come on, There you come. Okay. Just trying to think how, yeah, so we're going to get that outline there. So on the tail, I thought about doing hash marks, but I'm thinking I'm just going to do, you know, like thin lines, yeah. So I'm going to take that curvy one out. Got one here which has got a really tiny, if you can see, yeah, there you go, like a V tool. It's a small one. So I'm going to see if I can carve some sort of, yeah, just straight lines, I'm thinking. Yeah, let's give it a go. Just trying to think. Yeah, right, okay, let's just do it. Like I say, give yourself a break. If it doesn't come out right first time, just, you know, it's all about practice. I'm just going to do them lightly for now, and then I'll go back over if necessary. Be careful when you're pushing, don't let it scoot off, because like I say, once you've marked the lino, that is it. So try and keep control. It's not always easy because you get sort of pushing and it's it just goes, well, it does with me anyway. That might be enough actually, so I think I need to play around with it once I've had a test print and see what I've got. I say I just don't do enough of it to know, to be confident to say, oh yeah, if I do this it'll do that, and you know, so I'm just going to be experimenting. Oh, I meant to say actually, on Louise Nichols' Etsy shop, she's actually got some pre-printed designs kits for you to complete one of the designs she's obviously made. So do pop out, and really reasonably priced actually. I was quite surprised. So I did inquire about one. What was it called? Bird on the Hill, but it wasn't big enough for what I wanted to use it for. So I think, I can't remember what she said it was now, 15 by something, which wasn't quite big enough for what I intended it for. So on this, I'm going to do like I did on this one, just going to do some swirly waves around it, but I'm just going to kind of do them. This is that mark that I accidentally put in. Sorry, bear with me. I'm going to see if I can move you down a bit. All right, that's better, because I keep moving you out of screen because I'm struggling to reach. Okay, so I've still got that curved tool because it does make quite nice thin lines, so I'm going to carry on with that. Let's start here. I'm just literally going to freehand this, just wibbly wobble it to give it some movement, just up to the fish. I'm going to go back and tidy that one up, and again just echo the lines really. See if I can get that to carry on. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, bit of an artistic. Let's make it up as we go along. Get off. Right, so that one was coming down there. Get the hand out of the way because it may be a disaster. So this bit where I accidentally cut it when I was doing the bit of the fish, I'm going to bring that down here. Okay, I mean, if you want, you could, you could put in some seaweed, all that kind of stuff, but I think I'm going to leave it quite simple. I've said it now, haven't I? Shall I? No, I'm going to keep it to. I like that. I like simple. I like, I'm thinking I can go in here with some stitch and maybe some couching, which is, lay a cord down and just literally sew over it. And yeah, no, I've talked myself into that and out of the other one. Right. So I say, you haven't got to print on fabric at all. You can print on paper and card, which is obviously what a lot of people do. Some amazing artists out there. A friend of mine is she's kind of studying, I don't know what you call it, studying anyway. She goes to a group and they're doing what's called reduction lino printing, which is basically you how do I describe it, right? So you start off with a very simple carving. I think she's doing like 50 prints of each one at the moment, so she would do 50 prints of that and then get the piece of lino and go back in, add a bit more detail, print that onto the previous 50. So you have to put in your registration marks and stuff like that, and so on and so forth until you get down to the real fine detail. And she does a lot of miniature work, so I can imagine her fine detail is phenomenal. So I'm just going to make this one a little bit more curly whirly as this, as he's pushing the water away basically, and then just echo it on here. So it's all going a little bit straight, isn't it? Right, I'm going to come down here now and start working. Yeah, so I think they call it reduction lino printing, but of course once you've started the taking or putting in more detail, that's your original has gone. That's it. So I think she's doing runs of 50. I don't know if she's got any intention of selling them, but I don't know. Of course, all that got stopped with the coronavirus. So yeah, there's lots of versions of this out there, and as I say, she prints. She was printing hers on paper, so which a lot of people do. It's just there's an awful lot of talented people out there. So me, I just kind of make it my own, make it do what I want it to do. And all right, I'm not I wouldn't even hesitate, I wouldn't even call myself close to being a artist or a professional at any of this stuff, but I sure do love playing with it. Right, looks like a pinstripe suit. How long's it been going? Can't see that. 25 minutes. Okay, that's all right. We've got it in the right direction as well. Hurrah. I'm so glad I've sussed that. It is literally, I've got to have the timer numbers up the top there, and then I know it's filming in the right direction. Crazy phone. Right, so in printing this one, I know I've got to go slightly deeper. I just wanted to get the outlines in there, so that's fine. So I'm just going to quickly whip back through. Not all of them, just going to sort of highlight some of them. I'm just going a little bit heavier. I don't want to switch to a bigger tool because I just don't want to. This is where I need that thing. I don't know what I've done with it. I had a big clear out. Well, I've videoed the change around in my room actually, so you've probably seen it. But God, I got rid of so much stuff. It was ridiculous, honestly. I think I said in the clear out video that I did have my craft room in the bigger room in the house, bigger bedroom. I was becoming a hoarder. It was ridiculous. It was a huge room and it was full, so I made myself move into this smaller room, which has suited me fine. It's got good storage. I'm keeping stuff that, you know I'm definitely going to use. I'm not just, I'll keep it just in case, because, you know, I don't know. I think when eventually I get my own place, which won't be for a while, but I will I'll once again allow myself to have a bigger craft room, because then I haven't got the fear of moving. So, because it's my biggest fear. It's like, oh, what if my landlady wants to sell the house? I've got to pack this craft room up. Oh my God. And I've just slipped there. Let me just see if I can correct that slightly. Yeah, it fills me with a cold dread, because I can imagine any removal firm walking in here, they'd look at it and go, oh dear Lord, well, that's a van load on its own. And I'd go, yeah. My brother helped me last time, bless him. Right. Okay, just one more, I think, because we're running out of time again. Let's have a look. Might be enough, actually. I'm going to do one more down here, and then we'll do a test print, and let's see what we've got, shall we? I've got some fabric ready. Oh, really? It's because I'm on the edge. I should come the other way, really. That's me being lazy and rushing. Right. Okay. Should we give it a test run? Let's see a mistake there straight away. Right, let's give it a go, shall we? Let's see what we've got. Right, I'm going to try and do it all under here. If I need to move you up again, I'll tell you to shut your eyes while I move you back up onto the other shelf on the bookshelf. So hold tight. Just clean that out of the way. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to move you up. Right, hold tight. Just close your eyes for a minute. I'm just going to move you up to the next shelf. I'll let you know when it's safe. Otherwise, you're not going to see a blooming thing. Hold tight. 2 seconds. Right. Okay, you're a bit caddywonkus. Hold tight. Oh, here we go. Right, that'll do. I'm just going to do a bit of printing, so you don't need to be... Let's just move everything out of the way. Right, okay. That's that. That's that. Let me get my goggles back on so I can see what I'm doing. Move the stool. Okay. Where is it? There it is. Okay, so I've got some fabric. That's not going to be big enough. Okay. What I like to do is... sorry. When I print something, I like to give it a nice border. Because I'm never quite 100% certain of what I'm going to actually do with it. Those two, I don't know. I might play around with those and make them into a small picture of some sort. I don't know. But this, I'd like to start doing some bags and things. So, yeah. So I'm going to print him, hopefully in the middle. You know, it's never an exact science, is it? So, let's move all the tools out of the way for a second. Right, so I'm going to move the... ink plate over there. I'm just going to grab my glass mat because I don't want... Sorry. I don't want that ink going through. I can put that there, put that there. You can just kind of see everything-ish. Right, okay. Lino print there. Okay, right, here we go. I'm going to use the same blue. It's really nice actually. It looks really bright in there. I was going to mix some up, but again, it's just the time element. I don't want to keep you forever. So I've just got my palette knife. Just going to scoop out. It really doesn't need a lot. I will show you how much I'm putting in. Bear with me and I'll show you exactly what I put on there. A couple of paint goobers, lovely. Right, so I put quite a small dollop. I don't know if you can see. It's probably going to be too much actually. Let me put it here and then you can... So we're looking for that nice sound. Braille's not working properly. I should have kept one for... Let's keep it going. Ice cream, anyone? Why is it as soon as I start filming there's either dogs barking or the ice cream man? Oh. Okay. It's not going to make that sound. I really want you to hear it because then you know. I don't know if you can kind of pick it up. It's just lightly... It's sticky. I don't know if you can hear it. I can hear it sort of getting all sticky. All right. I've got something on my brayer. I don't know what it is. Look, it's not. But that's okay. I'm only doing a little image. Oh, here we go. I'm hoping you can pick that up. It's that sort of sticky sound. Okay. Right. Okie dokie. Let's move you there, put you there. Okay, so I'm just going to lightly go over. You don't push in, you don't want to flood your voids. You know, the carvings, the bits that you've took out. So, say all directions. I really want to get the edge as well because I quite like having the frame feeling around it. Getting paint everywhere, joy. I can see I'm missing a bit in the middle. So, I don't know if you can hear that now. Stickiness, okay. That's a good sound. I am going to have to carve some of these deeper. I can see it's filled, even though I've gone pretty light with the paint. It has filled in. Right, sorry, I'm just going to have to, because I've managed to get paint on the glass and I don't want that transferring onto the fabric. Okay, right, paint's on. Takes a while to dry, so you've got plenty of time. Are you in frame? Yes, you are. And I'm just going to, I can just see through the fabric. Let's put it there. It's fine. Where's my smusher? There he is. Okay. The paint didn't it didn't come through in the end on this. So I think when I did it last, or when I've done it before, I've done it on a thinner fabric. So don't, you know, maybe that isn't a good sign that your paint's transferred, so, or your ink rather. So I think the old pick it up and have a quick look method is probably the best way. So you don't want to flood it. You don't want to put too much on, because you just will not get the clarity. I'm particularly I don't know if you can see. Can you? Yeah. I'm just sort of angling that over so that I can pick up those edges, because I want that frame around. And then I'm just going to work on the fish. I might go in with my fingers actually. I can actually feel the carving under here. Let me see if I can get that up closer for you. You can just see the outline of the fish here. Okay, so hopefully that means we are getting every spot, and I can actually feel through. I'm just going to go in. I say this probably isn't the completely right way to do it, but it's my way. Okay, let's have a look and see what our fish looks like, shall we? Oh, look at him, bless him. Okay, I quite like that. And is that enough sea detail in the back? I might do a little bit more carving, but yeah, I like him. So what I mean is, you see, I can either go in with my Inktense pencils and just colour in these bits, and then I can do some stitching around here if I want to, or just leave it like that. Let's see what he looks like on paper, shall we? Let's put some more ink on. Oops. Let's make sure I just get that middle bit again. Right, bear with me. Let me put that there. What have we got? Honestly, for a craft room, you'd think you could find paper just like that. Right, here we are. There's a small white bit. Let's see what we end up with. It might come through on the paper actually. Just take your time with this, you know, there's no rush. I like to take my time with it. I don't know if you can see it, you can actually see the ink is starting to come through. Okay. So again, I'm just going to make sure I've got that middle bit and the tail. Again, I want that frame. So I'm just going to, so you can do it with your hands. You don't have to, you don't have to have a brayer thing, a thingy. What's it called? Barren, that's the word. Okay, let's have a look what we got. Oh wow, look how bright it is on the, yeah, really bright on paper. So maybe next time I won't do these quite so wide. That's quite a distinct outline, isn't it? It's quite heavy, but it's okay. It's okay. I just want to print this one with you, so bear with me. Because I've recut the lines on that one, the current, you know, the wavy lines. So I just want to see what that one prints like. And you might as well see it. I'm going to clean this off. Mainly because when I do another print, if this is clean, I can see when the ink has covered it. Because, you know, it goes from grey to blue or whatever colour you do. Right, let's put that there. Let's put Mr. Fish back there where you guys can see. Oh, you can really hear it now. I don't know. Right, listen. Can you hear that stickiness? Alright, that's a good sound. Okay. Sorry if that all went wonky donkey there. So just take your time putting your paint on, which is the total opposite to jelly plate printing. Get the middle. Yep, cool. Right, let's have a quick look and see how much that changed it, if anything, actually. I'm going to put it on this narrow piece. Not worried if it doesn't cover the whole thing, but I think it might. Let's see what we get. Again, I'm doing the edges. I want that border. I'm just going to go in and make sure I've got all the bits that I want. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, that's much better. Yeah, I prefer that. That's the original. Right, hold on. There we are. So that was the first one, and that's the second one. I need to do the eye again by the looks of it though. But you can see I've by carving that a little bit deeper, I've got much nicer definition there. So yeah, much happier with it now. So I just need to carve out the eye a little bit more by the looks of it, and then that's it. So I'm happy with that. That's cool. Right. Yeah, that's it. Lovely. I just thought I'd show you this because I'll say when I watched the other video back, I thought, that might not be what people wanted. They might have seen my, you know, non-professional way of doing it. So you get, you know, I get results. It's fine. I'm not looking for it to be a work of art. I like to go in and embellish and finish and all the rest of it. So there we are. So I've got a big tray of mess, which is lovely. I got a fish, and I got a fish on a card, on paper. Like I say, I think I'm regretting that deep border around that. So actually, I mean, if you do, you know, if you do one, I'd test it on paper first because it looks totally different, doesn't it? Where's he gone? There he is. But yeah, not so heavy around the borders next time. And I might come from here and try and get rid of that, sort of carve it. Yeah, I will do. Excuse me. What I'm going to do is I'll show you on the actual. So from here, I'm going to take it from here and out. So hopefully what that will do is start to reduce the fat line here, and same here, come into here a bit more. I might be able to sort of blag it that actually becomes part of the wave, and take it, you know, take it down and make it, oh God, I'm doing this all out of camera, sorry, take it round and down like that, and sort of turn it into part of the current waves that you've got there. So anyway, I'll play around with it, and if it changes it dramatically, I will show you. All right, lovely, that'll do. Thank you very much, and catch you again next time. Bye.